Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. So today we are going to talk about how to teach social studies. Social studies actually it starts from grade 3, grade 4, and onward grade 5, 6, 7. And initially in grade 1, 2, 3, it is combined with learning of science and as well social as a general knowledge. And same in the ECC school as well. uh, we give a little bit learning, understanding of about the social life, social sciences. So the how to teach effectively, again, the traditional methodology that we are using. By that methodology, just students, they listen to us and they write it down on their notebooks, and then finally, when the exam comes, test comes, they memorize it. And this way, the knowledge is, you can say, is not acquired, and is forgotten with the passage of time. So when you are teaching social studies, of course, the lecture method, you can use it, but not to that extent where it is called spoon feeding. Like you are talking and the students are listening, they are just they are just listening to you, and their brains are not moving because they are just listening to you. So if you are giving a lecture as well, and you must prepare the lecture in a plain way, where you create questions on which questions the students reflect their knowledge, understanding, and you make student interactive in that lecture. So, but if it is just you are talking and they are listening, that will be called a spoon feeding. So you can pose questions to the students, and that lecture method will be helpful to some extent. Again, the methods of teaching, it doesn't mean that you are following one method of teaching. Even in the 40 minutes period, you change your method to the other methodology, right? So it doesn't mean that you will be following the lecture method. The lecture method, which has questions, which you are interactive, you are talking to students, and students are then you ask some questions, and they are thinking, and then they are responding to you. That it doesn't mean that you will follow the whole year, the whole term, the same methodology. No, you have to change it. But this is also a method of teaching that in social studies you can do it. And learning by discussion, it is a method. The students, they are provided with the questions, and then they start discussing. For example, in social, okay, why for example, in current days, like you are teaching to a higher level, to 6th grade or something. Okay, what the price hikes in the country, what are the reasons, and then they start discussing it. Of course, they have some prior knowledge to that one, prior understanding to that one. You might have provided through lecture or through a given assignment that they have studied earlier. Now they are discussing, and they come with a discussion. And once they come with the discussions, so each one, they have their own view, and they write it down, and they discuss it, and conclusion is must. What will be the conclusion of the discussion at the end of the discussion? The same way in social, it is must to use those interactive methodologies, which are like data analysis. You provide data, and they do analysis of that one. Pie chart, flow chart, okay, and mind maps, and also field work, portfolio, diagrams. So all these, whether it is a portfolio, the students are going to create a portfolio, or they are going to do field work, or they are going to mind mapping, doing mind mapping, or they are pie chart. Either they are doing, or you are, as a teacher, you already in a lesson plan, you already prepared it, and then showing to the student, and students are discussing. Through that one, the students will learn more that topic or theme effectively. Role play, as in all in previously we discussed this in Urdu language, when you are teaching, and when you are teaching Islamiyat, same when you are teaching social studies. Role play is also a great way of teaching method, and in this way the students will learn that theme or that topic, that lesson very effectively, and it will be there in their mind for a lifetime. And you have to make sure that to have that role play, that you describe it, there are objectives, who will perform what, and what are the objectives, and what problem will arises. So all those are planned. It, most of the teacher, what they do is they just come and start something. No, you have to plan it, organize it, and think the better, more better, more better, more better, more better, and then you go ahead. Cooperative learning is a great thing when you are, whether it is Islamiyat, whether it is social, whether it is a science. Cooperative learning is the best way, and which either they are doing through group discussions or through individual. In that one, the students learn from each other. Students learn from each other. Those students who are very good in that topic, in that subject, or in that theme, he or she can help assist their peer in their classes, and that we call them as a cooperative learning. So in cooperative learning, like the student, they think they write it, then they pair with each other, and later on they share it. And also a jigsaw is, uh, they can do it to have that cooperative learning very effectively. So in that, like you created groups, for example, that group and that group, and for example that is a home group, so they will study something, and then they will come to that group, they will teach that to that group. And same way they will have a topic, they will discuss that one, they will learn, and then they will give uh, learning to the other group of the students, the same way they have learned it. And in inquiry investigation, it is also part of science, it is also part of social studies. The students are provided, either they do it themselves, they prepare questionnaires, and they form questions, and then either they do survey, or within the classroom, outside of the classroom, on the theme, on the topic. So that will also is also effective to learn the topics in social studies. So in this way, if a teacher's plan ahead, and uh, the required resources, he plan it or she plan it, and the method of teaching that he is going to do it today, and she's prepared a day before that one, day before the learning day. So it will help students. It will the learning in the classroom will be more effective, will be more permanent, compared to that the traditional methodologies, where the students just listen to the teacher. Either they might ask one question or not, and they write it down, and then later on when the exam comes, they open the notebook, and then they start memorizing it for the exam. in this way. So their concept will build up, and the road memorization things uh, w- will be not on the screen. And same way, they will be investigator, they will be researcher in those topics, and further it will enhance their research, creativity, and investigation ability, competency more, and which is required for the future higher education. Thank you very much.